Hello. Today, we're going to take a look at working with synthetic transactions and applications found in TrueSight Operations Manager. In this particular case, I have already created a script file using the Silk Performer Workbench solution. I've done that and saved off a script file to my desktop. For this particular tutorial, we're going to learn how to import that script file and then use it with an application that I've already set up in TrueSight. Please refer to the documentation for specific uses of the Silk Performer workbench. Let's get started. As you can see, I've logged into my TrueSight Operations Management console, and I've done so with an administrative privilege. The first thing I want to do is go to my navigation area, and under the navigation area, I want to look for applications. Just to take a quick note that I have just one application in my environment. This is a new installation for me in a small lab. So I've only had this one application set up. And as you can see, synthetic transactions are turned off. So there's very little going on with this right now. We're going to import a script and add it to our application model. The next place we want to check is under synthetic scripts. By clicking that link, we get a list of all the synthetic scripts that are currently loaded in our TrueSight Operations Management. The ones you see listed here are included with a default installation of TrueSight. So these are all essentially preloaded and ready to go. There's some basic ones here that are very useful and could be used right away. But in this particular case, I created a script that goes out into the public internet and checks for the existence or presence of a web page. So what we want to do to get started, next to synthetic scripts, click the ellipsis and hit Add Scripts. This will allow us to browse to any location that you've stored. In this particular case, I put one on my desktop, and it's called Web Project 1, and we're going to go ahead and hit Upload. And when we do that, we'll get a confirmation back right away that the upload process was successful. If there was some kind of problem with the script or the import didn't work, we would of course get a message here letting us know that it was not successful and additional work needed to be done. So we can go ahead and close that dialog. Now, there's very little we can do at this point. If we did a new script with that project at a later time and we wanted to replace the script, we could simply upload a new script, and then any executions that are occurring with that script would be updated automatically as well. We want to go back to the applications link, and then we see our TrueSight monitoring, and we want to edit our application. And here we can see that synthetic is turned off, and all we see is the model, and there's some basic information here. We're going to go ahead and turn synthetic on, and when we do that, that will let us save that, and if you notice, we now have the synthetic option. Immediately we can see that there's no execution plan set up, and there's some basic global SLAs that are by default set up. But again, at this point, we want to go ahead and edit again, because we want to add an execution plan and a script. So now that we're on the synthetic tab, we want to add an execution plan. We're going to give it a name. We're going to set the status to active, and then we want to set, this is where we select our script that we just uploaded. By hitting the download, we can scroll down, and here's our Web Project 1 that we created and uploaded. Then we want to pick the location where we want this script to be executed. In my small environment, I only have one location, and that is Office. If you had multiple locations across your enterprise, you could pick one or many places for this script to be executed. Then we can have an execution plan schedule. Effective immediately, never expire, repeat every 5 minutes. We could edit that if we like to. If we want to hurry things along, we could execute it every 3 minutes. It'll time out after 15 minutes. There's other settings that we could adjust here if we want to, but we're going to go ahead and leave those to the default. Hit save. I'm not going to add a blackout period, but you could do that if you wanted to. And we hit save. At that point, we've now added a synthetic transaction to our application. It has a schedule, it is active, and it's going to be running from one location. We can go ahead and hit save, and our application is now up and running. It has a execution plan going, and we can go back to applications And we can see that now synthetic is in fact turned on. And that enables us to do all of the application monitoring that you would like to do within TrueSight. That's all there is to it. Thank you for watching.